Good evening, everybody. I'm Michael D, and this is Ron, sitting behind the other mic. All right. Well, today's topic is going to be sports, and should they really reopen it? Ron, what do you think about that?
Yeah. I believe there's some sports that could be reopened. Obviously, they can't open up football, but it's not quite the season yet for that. They'll have to deal with that when they come to it. They can't reopen soccer right now. I don't know that it's that season. I don't really follow soccer, but and basketball, they couldn't do that because they're colliding in each other all the time and they're too close. But right now, the three sports that I'm thinking of that could be reopened would be baseball, golf, and tennis. Those three.
How do you figure those three could be reopened?
Okay. Let me take the most obvious one first. Golf. Boy, they never should have shut that down. Golf courses are big, huge, everything, and there's plenty there. Anyway, what it is that they can easily stay 6 feet apart. Even spectators could. Just allow fewer spectators on the golf courses when they do this. And I don't know that the spectators pay for tickets or anything, but if they do, they could increase the price of the tickets. There's going to be fewer spectators. And they could, if they're televising it, they get more money from the advertisers than they ever get from the gate anyway when people come in, if there is such a thing as a gate. In golf, I don't know. But people are missing golf right now. They're bored. You have any comments on golf before I go to baseball?
Well, golf, I can understand. People being 6 feet apart, and the players themselves are more than 6 feet apart. So I truly don't understand why they don't come through with social distance at golf, because the players already are at social distance. You know,
of course.
That makes no sense at all.
Exactly. And there's another thing too. Why did the driving ranges have close? The golf driving ranges. You see, that's stupid too. They're always way apart. You know, when they're driving the balls out there and everything. It was just ridiculous. I'm sure a lot of these golfers that learn how to drive the ball better could have worn masks there and stayed 6 feet apart with that too. What do you think of that, Mike?
Well, I agree with you. I wouldn't say that they would have to wear a mask at a driving range, because they are already 6 feet apart from one tee to the other, more than 6 feet apart. Other than when you're going up to get a bucket of balls or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah, you are social distance from the person. The safer route is to use the mask, like we tell people on the show, gloves and mask. Gloves wouldn't really be a must if you're at a driving range. Maybe a mask, okay, it might be a little inconvenient, but the golfer could still get his few swings in there.
Yeah, all this could be accommodated, I'm sure, within the law of what they want to do. Would you like me to get on to baseball and tell you a little about that before I get to baseball is a little stickier, Mike. The thing is that a lot of people think the catcher has to be just a couple feet behind the batter and everything like that. But the pitcher could learn to pitch the ball further. And, the catcher could be about 6 feet behind the, batter, wearing a mask and all that. And the umpire that calls the strikes could be somewhere in the stands or something, or somewhere watching videos of every pitch. I've always thought, anyway, that the viewer watching television saw a better view of that pitch than the umpire. And a lot of times you can say, why was that a strike, or why was that a ball? You see what I mean? And
Yes.
they would have the same view as audiences at home that see this on television.
And maybe
They
they
would have
would,
the same strikes and balls could be better called, actually.
maybe the
they could
spectators
work.
at home would have a better view of this than they
I
would
think so.
if they were actually sitting in the third tier at a baseball stadium.
Well, they have the television right that's live on camera, and they can call balls and strikes from there. Be right, all two, whatever. There's one thing though, Mike, about contact. Is there much contact in baseball or not? What do you say?
Well, if you take the situation, if a runner is running to any base whatsoever, yes, you're going to have contact. Okay? So if a runner steals second base, he's going to slide, and the player from second base is going to put his hand down to tag him. Yes, there's contact there. Same thing if he steals home plate. Yes, there's going to be probably a collision or a tag there.
Okay. Then I would say the people that are in the outfield don't really have to be tested for the virus. But the people that are, the first baseman, third baseman, they have to be checked for the virus.
Well, no, I totally disagree with that. If they're going to play the game, then they should get checked.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, there are batters. People have to, they're probably going to have to check everybody for viruses if they want these games opened up again. Maybe even baseball. Come to think of it, when they're running the bases and everything like that, and sliding in and everything like that, they're confused.
Let me tell you, if they don't check them,
maybe they could just take stealing bases away, and stuff like that. And
no, it's not going to happen.
Get out of the sport for a while. So
you know what's going to happen if they don't check them?
Avoid I don't know. They're just going to have to come up with stuff, or they're just going to lose out. There's not going to be a baseball season. Maybe. Or they're going to start it very late. They're going to have a lot fewer games.
You're
There's
right.
a lot to lose.
You're totally right about that. Either, they can, take the chicken season holders, if you would.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's going to be a big hoop-de-doo with the owners giving refunds back to all these people who might miss the entire NFL season, or they might miss the other seasons. That puts a dent in their pocket because they're dishing back the money. And at that point, you're asking yourself, well, does the same ticket holder really want a chance to reinvest his money in another season of tickets? Makes you wonder.
Yeah, that's true. I would be pretty miffed if I couldn't get my refund on my season tickets and things like that. For sure. Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you.
But I might lose interest in the sport, or whatever, that they wouldn't refund season tickets. But everybody's taking it on his chin here. But there's no reason.
That's right.
If I think of anything else to do with baseball that I could think of, I'll come back to it. But you want to ask me anything?
Well, let me ask you one thing.
Baseball, golf, and tennis.
Let me ask you one thing off that topic. Do you think it's smart for 31 states out of 50 to reopen?
Yes, I do think it's smart because we can't let the stand still in states where there's fewer people in those states and fewer people affected by this in those states. I know states like New York and California, they can't reopen that. They can reopen Hawaii, but they can open quite a few states and be a little lax, get those businesses going again. That affects the sports.
But don't you see this whole thing snowballing if they open up all the states?
Go ahead. Yeah. You're saying?
Don't you see this whole virus thing snowballing if they open up all the states again? or even just the 31 states.
They said 31 states. That's what you said, and
That's what I said.
I've heard that myself. Let them do it. Let them do it. We can't keep the economy at a standstill here. And we're talking about sports tonight. I mean, why? Because they can't play football and soccer and basketball. Why should they ruin it for all? There can be this.
Well, it's the economy. No, Ron, you're wrong. I think it's the economy or someone's life. Someone's got to pick and choose. So who would? Yeah. What would it really be?
Mike, as far as contact goes, this is not age. It's not like they're going to smash into each other and give each other their blood and everything like that.
I know this part.
They can wash up after certain plays, stuff like that. They can go immediately and wash up really good and then come back into the game, whatever. Okay, so it'll slow up the game a little bit, you know. But it's just no reason for stopping these sports. Just have the ways that they can just wash up if there's any contact at all, which there shouldn't be much. And they can just wash up and continue the game. You know, I mean, I just can't see shutting down everything, especially those three sports, okay?
Yes, I agree with you, except for the washing up part at the end. I don't see this taking effect with baseball. I'm sorry, I disagree with you there. Okay, I wouldn't say that's going to have anything to do with it. You couldn't play that at a safe distance and still not catch anything. I'm sorry. I would disagree with you there.
There's a lot more people interested in baseball than golf and tennis. It's still probably the number 2 sport in America behind football. And I don't see how they're going to start football up unless every player, coach, and everybody else gets tested for the virus.
Well, you never know. They might have already been. You never know.
Well, there were a couple players that I heard, maybe in basketball or something, they got the virus. You see? Yeah.
Yeah.
How they, I don't know, but they can't be on the court to do this. But let's see, what was the sport again? Baseball, golf, and tennis.
Correct.
It's obvious tennis. They're way apart. They're way past the 6 part in tennis. And the way they're coached and everything, all they have to be concerned about is the gate. How many people are going to be allowed to be spectators at the game? They're going to have to probably go every other row on the benches and everything like that. Spread people apart and have them at least 6 feet apart all over the benches.
I think it should be every 4th row.
Yep.
And then 6 feet apart from that part.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens with tennis. You have a question?
No, you know, I think it's time we wrap it up for tonight. And I hope you all enjoyed listening. Ron,
okay.
Been nice having you on here again, like always.
Sure.
Now, again, I want to say thank you to all of our first responders, as well as our nurses and doctors. From this station, we love y'all. Keep up the good work. And our military, our heart goes out to you. Stay safe. Until next time, remember, I'm Mikey D.
Yeah.
Good night.